Hello, my dear children. Welcome back to our class. In our last class, we learned about acids and bases. We also learned their properties. Now, think about water. Is it acid or base? They are neutral, right? They do not show the properties of acids and bases. And the solution which do not change the color of the litmus paper is known as a neutral solution. Today, we are going to learn about neutralization reaction and neutralization in our daily life. Can we start? Okay. Let us learn what is neutralization reaction. The reaction between an acid and a base is known as neutralization. Salt and water are produced in this process with the evolution of heat. In neutralization reaction, a new substance is formed. This is called salt. Salt may be acidic, basic, or neutral in nature. Here, salt is the general term which we use to indicate the production of a new substance. And based on the name of acid and base which we used for a reaction, the name of the salt changes. I will explain it with an example. Okay, so acid and base react each other to form salt and water. Here you can see an example. Hydrochloric acid react with sodium hydroxide, which is a base, to form sodium chloride and water. Here, sodium chloride is the salt formed, that is the new substance formed. So here, acid and base reacted each other to form salt and water. Down, you can see the names such as HCl, NaOH, etc. That indicates the chemical formulas of hydrochloric acid, sodium hydroxide, etc. See children, chemical formula indicates. We write the shorter name. Like instead of writing hydrochloric acid, we write as HCl. Sodium hydroxide NaOH, sodium chloride NaCl, and water as H2O. See, don't worry about this chemical formulas, children. In your higher class, you will be learning about this. Okay. So, hydrochloric acid react with sodium hydroxide to form sodium chloride and water. Here you can see a picture. In one beaker you can see hydrochloric acid. In another one you can see sodium hydroxide plus phenolphthalein. We also learned about phenolphthalein. It's a chemical indicator. You think about the use of chemical indicators or generally indicators. We know indicators are used to test whether the given solution is acidic or basic. Here, the reason why we used phenolphthalein in sodium hydroxide solution is sodium hydroxide and hydrochloric acid both are colorless solutions. So, here when we use phenolphthalein, normally phenolphthalein indicator shows changes only in base. So, there the color changes to pink. When we add hydrochloric acid drop by drop to this particular solution, gradually the color of the solution changes. That means the pink color slowly faded away and finally it becomes colorless. That it indicates the process neutralization. That particular solution converts as a neutral solution along with the production of water. Next one is neutralization in our daily life. That means in our day-to-day life, how this process neutralization is helpful. Okay, so here you have to learn 4 things, children. One is indigestion, second one ambient, third one salt treatment, and fourth one factory waste. Let us see this one by one. Okay. First one is indigestion. After having a heavy meal, we feel some irritation in our stomach. Normally, we call it as acidity. In your lower session, you have already learned about digestive juices, which is helpful for easy digestion. That is, in our stomach, it contains hydrochloric acid, which helps us to digest food. But too much of acid in the stomach causes indigestion. That's why you feel the irritation in your stomach. Sometimes indigestion is painful too. To relieve indigestion, we take an antacid such as milk of magnesia, which contain magnesium hydroxide. Then what is an antacid? Antacids are basic substances which help us to get relief from indigestion. It neutralizes the effect of excessive acid. So here acid and base react each other to make it neutral. So we get relief from the problem acidity. This is about indigestion. Ant bite. When an ant bites, it injects the acidic liquid into our body. That means ant's body contains formic acid. So when it injects the acid into our body, we feel pain and irritation. Here, the effect of the acid can be neutralized by rubbing it with moist baking soda or calamine lotion. Here, calamine lotion and baking soda is basic in nature, which helps to get relief from the pain. Baking soda is chemically known as sodium hydrogen carbonate. See children, we have a chemical name and common name for the substances which we use in our daily life. So, baking soda's chemical name is sodium hydrogen carbonate. And calamine lotion, all of you are familiar with that, right? This calamine lotion contains, or the solution contains, zinc carbonate. That's a chemical which is basic in nature, which helps to get relief from the pain. Next one is soil treatment. Plants do not grow well when the soil is either too acidic or too basic. We already learned about two different types of fertilizers. One is natural fertilizers and other one is chemical fertilizers. Excessive use of chemical fertilizers makes the soil acidic. When the soil is too acidic, it is treated with bases like quicklime or slaked lime. Quicklime is chemically calcium oxide and slaked lime is chemically calcium hydroxide. So when we use these bases, here both acid and base react each other and make the soil neutral. If the soil is basic, organic matter is added to it. In such cases, organic matter releases acids which neutralizes the basic nature of the soil. So it easily neutralizes. Factory waste. We know that from the factories, the waste may be released to the nearby rivers or nearby areas and it makes the water polluted, right? Here, the waste of many factories contain acids. If they are allowed to flow into the water bodies, the acids will kill fish and other organisms. So the factory wastes are therefore neutralized by adding basic substances. Then only it becomes neutral. So today we learned about the reaction neutralization and neutralization in our daily life. We learned mainly 4 different things: indigestion, ant bite, soil treatment and factory waste. In all these cases, we learned when the acidic content is more, we have to add base, and if the basic content is more, we have to add acid to make it neutral. In this case, both acid and base react each other to get a neutral product, that is salt and water. I hope you understand. Thank you.